Many of you might be familiar with this building. This is The Hague. So, this is where they have international court. Well, Ukraine filed a case against Russia, and Russia was a no show. They didn't even show up. I don't know. I guess these folks think somewhere along the line Putin is going to listen to them. Putin is not listening to the US, the UN. They're not listening to Ukraine. They're not listening to the EU. And they're not listening to NATO. So, what makes you think they're going to show up for international court? They're not. They could care less about this. So, the Ukraine pleaded with the United Nations top court Monday to order Russia to halt its devastating invasion, saying Moscow has already committed widespread war crimes and resorting to tactics reminiscent of medieval siege warfare. So we know this has now been going on for several days, and it's nowhere it's nowhere close to being over. So Russia snubbed the International Court of Justice hearings, and its seats in the Great Hall of Justice remains empty. On the lawn outside of the headquarters, the Peace Palace in The Hague, a protester placed colored candles that said, Putin, come out. A small group of protesters holding Ukrainian flags chanted anti war slogans outside the building's gates. Ukrainian representative told judges at the international court, Russia must be stopped. And the court has a role in playing it, to stop. Ukraine has asked the court to order Russia to immediately suspend military operations launched on February 24th. And they're saying that they have their stated purpose and objective, that prevention and punishment of the claim, of the genocide, which they're saying in the separatist east regions of Ukraine. Y'all, I really don't think they're going to ever get Putin in that court unless he is captured, perhaps during a war. Other than that, I just don't see them getting him at all. That's just my opinion. All right. Ukraine comes to this court because of the grotesque lie and to seek protection from the devastating consequences of that lie. This is what they told the court, their representative told the court. The lie is that Russian Federation claim of genocide in Ukraine. The consequences are unprovoked aggression, citing under siege civilians, under fire, humanitarian catastrophe, and refugees fleeing for their lives. A decision on Ukraine's request is expected within days. The court's president, an American judge, Joan Donahue. Um, so this is one of the judge making a decision, and they said a decision will be made as soon as possible. If the court were to order a halt to fighting as Ukraine requested, said Terry Gill, a professor of military law at the University of Amsterdam. He noted that if a nation does not abide by the court order, judges could seek action from the United Nations Security Council, where Russia holds a veto. Well, we shall see. I just don't see them listening even to this court. Because of Russia's refusal to participate in the hearing, Moscow turn to present legal arguments on Tuesday was canceled. The fact that Russian seats are empty speaks loudly. They are not here in this court of law. They are on a battlefield waging aggressive war against my country. The request for the so-called provisional measures is linked to a case Ukraine filed based on genocide convention. Both countries have ratified the 1948 treaty, which has a clause allowing nations to take disputes based on provisions to the Hague base court. Well, good luck, because I don't think he's going to halt anything. And just judging from what Putin is doing over these last several days, I don't think he's going to even listen to the court up at The Hague. I really don't. I think whatever goal he has, he's going to stay into Ukraine until that goal is reached. And he doesn't care what he's killing there. There I seen the report of the civilians, the kids were killed and stuff. But let's face it, in the Western world, you never cared about our kids getting killed. You never had a concern about it. But now that Russia is doing this to the Ukraine, we all need to put everything aside and come together and pray and this and that and protest against what Russia is doing to Ukraine. And I don't know, I never felt so included in America at all. I can't think of one point in time I felt included. But it's amazing, at the time of war, we all need to come together and we all need to do this, that, and whatever, right? I'm just not feeling it. And I know many of my other brothers and sisters, they're not feeling it either. And plus, we are not going to ever forget that blonde hair and blue eyed comment from the president. Clearly, a bunch of racists. Not worth sacrificing anything over, as far as I'm concerned. But y'all, please tell me what you think about Ukraine filing claim in The Hague against Russia, and Russia is a no-show for the court hearing. In fact, there are no representatives in the Ukraine at the UN International Court, and even their seat up at the UN is empty. Because you know what? Russia is not going to sit there and tell let these other nations tell them what to do. They're not going to show up there at all. They're going to keep right on their mission. Please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.